Once upon a time, there was a wise man walking on the beach. He looked down the beach and saw a human figure moving like a dancer. He smiled to himself at the thought of someone who would dance to the day, and so he walked faster to catch up. As he got closer, he noticed that the figure was that of a young man, and that what he was doing was not dancing at all. The young man was reaching down to the shore, picking up a small object, and throwing those objects into the ocean. He came closer still and called out, "Good morning. May I ask what it is that you are doing?" The young man paused, looked up, and replied, "Throwing starfish into the ocean." "I must ask then why you are throwing starfish into the ocean." To this, the young man replied, "The sun is up and the tide is going out. If I don't throw them in, they'll die." Upon hearing this, the wise man commented, "But young man, do you not realize that there are miles and miles of beach, and there are starfish all along every mile? You can't possibly make a difference." At this, the young man bent down, picked up yet another starfish, and threw it into the ocean. As it met the water, he said, "It made a difference for that one."
We'll have Andrew Weaver, followed by Roz Cordova. And Andrew, if you could come to the podium.
So my name is Andrew Weaver. I have two sons at Brooklands. So we're going to continue to go over the numbers that we see in the district. So the district continues to lose students. We're down, I think, 480, I believe, is the last number I checked. Yeah, I can't get the phone to open. I've got a mass, so let's look at that. So as we do that, right, how many students do we have to lose before it becomes an issue? What's the number that the board says, hey, we need to do something different because we're losing students? I mean, are we going to be transparent with that number? Is it 500? Is it 1,000? When do we do something different? Throughout the year, we've talked about the finances and where stuff went. When will the district tell us how much was spent on the virtual academy? Why do we have to submit FOIA requests to get this information? The reports are at somewhere between $6 and $7 million was spent. But again, we'll submit the FOIA request, we'll figure it out, we'll do the work. It'd be interesting for the community probably to know that the virtual campus was sold as an answer to the pandemic. Many parents made it known that it did not work for them. We found out now it works for 380 students. The district keeps throwing out the number. We're 15,000. We're not. We're below. We're in the 14s. And 380 students use the virtual campus that we spent around $7 million on. So as we hear that nice story about the starfish, and it's actually a great story, but it seems if the district's the one walking around the beach, they're walking past a lot of starfish and only selecting specific ones. That is very apparent when we see also what's being done in the schools, which buildings are getting fixed and which ones aren't. So again, we'll continue to reference a story that our superintendent told us long ago about his Aunt Jenny. Actions speak louder than words. The actions are clearly only the select few that have a voice are heard. They're the only ones that get money spent to their benefit. The masses of students have been left behind. Parents with special ed students were left behind when the virtual campus got millions of dollars. Parents that did not want to be back in the buildings last year, but their students could not take the classes they needed, were forced back into school. Parents that knew in-person education was the best option, because again, that's what education experts tell us, were denied that because we dumped resources into the superintendent's pet project and his legacy to compete with other districts. As he told us himself, as there's a school in Oakland County that has made a tremendous amount of money off of their virtual campus.
Of teaching, just like a virtual campus is. Quite often people complain about a virtual campus in terms of it being too independent or not enough contact time with teachers. but a very prominent smaller school district in this county who's made a lot of money, quite frankly, on choice and a virtual academy based on that type of independent learning that people want, because that's a modality of teaching and learning.
So we sought to take an opportunity to select those that make his legacy and those few starfish that they were looking to pick up off the beach and toss back into the water, while the rest were left on the beach to die. So first I want to make a correction. I said the district was down 480 students. It's 419, so I apologize for that mistake.